Oh, hey, there you are. Hey, pretty sure last I checked it was the weekend. And if my calculations are correct, carry 1 plus 2 divided by 0 minus 5. Yep, it's time for the weekend update. Okay, so here is the current status of said workbench. You may notice there's quite a bit more mess. Basically what I've done this last week is done a lot of the cleanup, like tanks assembled and seams removed, interior parts, chassis parts, basically all the little parts that were left over, all been removed from the sprues and been cleaned up, prepped for assembly or painting. You know, all the little two-piece parts have been assembled. Got air tanks here that are working on, and then I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we went over this last week. The photo etched parts on the cab. What else I did was attach a few more pieces, and then I custom scratch built this. I'm calling it a curtain track. This is where the curtain would be between the driver compartment and the sleeper bunk, because the kit, all it gives you is this single one-piece closed curtain, which would basically close off the sleeper from the cab area. And I like to detail my interiors, so I'm going to use like a tissue paper to create an open curtain. Did some more work on that. What else did we do? Oh, this is the kit part for this is the air intake. This mounts to the motor, or this end here mounts to the motor, and then this goes up and around and attaches to the air cleaner that's mounted on the side. That would mount on the side of the chassis right here. So it would go something kind of like this. Well, I decided, since how the parts aren't even round, no matter how much cleanup I do, the pipe won't be round, it won't look right. I'm basically going to scratch build my own pipe out of aluminum tubing. And this is how far I got right now. This can be trimmed down to fit, but I'm going to wait for the rest of it until I actually get the engine and the air cleaner mounted in the chassis, and then I can go through and build the final pieces so that this actually fits properly. And then we got wheels. These are the rear wheels, and they're just going to be steel buds. And one thing I did, I don't know if you'll even be able to see it, is I mounted or made valve stems for inside the rim. That's what that little bit is right there on the inside. So I put valve stems on the wheels. I'm going to put some on the front wheels too. And tires, or engine rather. Engine's right here. That's been painted white. Where are you at? Where'd you go? Here you are. It's been painted white because in the era that this truck was built, the factories would take the engine from Detroit or Caterpillar or wherever they got the engine from, according to the build specs. They would assemble the frame, suspension, drivetrain, engine, basically everything except put the cab on and the wheels and tires. And then the whole thing would go through the assembly or through the paint booth. So if the frame is getting painted blue, the engine and everything would be in there, and they would mask off the engine, they would mask off the radiators, And then up until recently, this is what I was told anyways by somebody who's more knowledgeable than I am, is they would also mask off the airbags because they're rubber, and then they would just spray the whole thing. So the whole chassis would get painted, say, blue, and the whole thing, including the motor. Well, okay, they would, yeah, everything would get painted blue, or whatever chassis color it is, including the transmission and all the other parts attached, except for the radiator. And then the engines would get painted white, no matter what brand they are. I don't understand the reason why, but that's the way that they did it. So the engine's white, and the transmission will be painted chassis color, and then the chassis, whatever color that's going to be. And I'm going to do tanks. The tanks are going to be painted, but they're going to be painted the color of the cab. So the chassis, I think, is going to be a dark blue, and the cab is going to be a light metallic blue with the multicolor stripe package. So the tanks will also be a light metallic blue, along with the air filter assembly, this part here, which would mount on the frame right there, and then the tanks would mount back here. And then the wheels are going to be white, and then chrome polished aluminum fronts. But other than that, I did a couple of little things here. You can see I got a few changes going on the workbench. Kind of tidied up and streamlined it a little bit better, so everything is a little more, you know, close at hand, stuff that I use more frequently. And beyond that, the big thing from this week is on Saturday, the 23rd of May, was the Fleacon 18 of 2022 in Monticello, Iowa. So at the end of this video, there will be a preview with some pictures from the show, and then this afternoon at noon on Sunday, April 24th, 2022, the full video with all the pictures from the show will be up. So I'll put a link to that video in the description below. So, without further ado, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.